Hey, Shalom Markins, Rakam Makapash from GMS London, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Shem Yahushai, by Shem Chakwadash. Want to give double honors to the elders, the apostles of GMS, and Shalom out there to the hopeful that's pushing his truth in all sincerity. Back again with another video. Something a brother posted up in the chat, right? And I went to go find the source of this. Well, this ain't the source of it, but you know where this post came from, right? And this is a fact checking site supposedly, right? Which they go into it a little bit, right? But the quote that is being addressed in this video is right. It says Ukraine just announced it's the first country to implement the WEF's Great Reset by setting up a social credit application combining universal basic income, a digital identity, and a vaccine passport, all within the DIA app. Right. So that was the claim. Now they refute this claim. They can do whatever the hell they want to do. But the point stands being that everything's being, brought together. Okay, everything's coming together, right? And whether this is or is not, currently at this second in time, this moment in time, as the claim states, right? An infrastructure is being set and laid around, not just the Ukrainians, but around the world. Okay, an infrastructure is being set. The groundworks are being set, put in place, right, for this ultimate scenario to come to play. Right. Now they can refute it and they can say, oh, the technicalities, well, it can't be technically classified as this and all this business. They can say all that stuff. Fine. Okay, it might not be a full-fledged social credit system or a full-fledged universal basic system or whatever. Right. It might not be as of this moment in time. All right, but we know, all pursuant to the prophecies, man, we all know that Esau is out here trying to ensnare the people, right? And these agendas that are at work are here to do that, right? And they're making the most of all these opportunities that are, that are going on right now in the planet, right? In order to do that, right? And you got guys like Klaus Schwab and them dudes, laying out basically what it is that they, are looking to do, right? So, they talk, either these people are real simple or they're just banking on people that read these things are, these so-called fact checking are simple, right? And that they can allay those simple minded people's fears, that nothing bad's happening. No, nothing at all, nothing to see here, move on, nothing to see here. They're hoping that the simple minded, they'll find a fact check, and because they call it a fact check, that it must be the truth. Well, just because you call yourself full fact, that's what you're calling yourself, right? Asking for donations, right? You call yourself full fact, and other places call, quote unquote fact checkers, right? You claim that these are facts, but you have no foresight. Okay, you have no foresight. Now, what might not be completely true today, don't mean it won't be completely true tomorrow. All right, and us here, the men of the Lord, the prophets, man, we deal with foresight, man. We deal with the future. Okay, we foresee things. We know things that are going to happen before time, before it's happened, due to the word of the Heavenly Father, man, the prophecies. Right, so we see and know things that are going to happen. So you can deny it now. Like I said, it might not be happening right at this moment in time, or you might be able to what do you call it? Manipulate the words that a person speak. They can say, "Oh, I didn't mean that." They can say whatever they want to say, man. But it doesn't stop what is really going on. It doesn't stop the prophecy. It doesn't stop the trajectory that everything is on. Right, and this is what kind of annoys me about these fact checking sites, man, because they're playing semantics a lot of the time. But yeah. So there's setting up a system out there in Ukraine. You had a statesman come out and make this announcement. So it's from them. You might say there might be language barriers and all this kind of business, whatever the case may be, right? But the fact is that they're laying down infrastructure, right? That's combining all these, and it's it's so funny, man, because they're combining all these functions, these social functions, into this technology, and in this case, an app. They're combining all these functions these social functions into a single place, right? That's what they're doing, right? And like I said, it's not just something that's happening in Ukraine. These things have been going on. These have been done going on. I even caught something about, I think it was Ireland, talking about the UBI, Universal Basic Income. And plenty of places have been talking about it, that it should be introduced. And, people are looking into it. And it's something that may be introduced, right? But there's going to be, this whole system is about to change, man. This whole system is about to change. I mean, here in the UK, we've even got this thing called universal credit, right? And it's a change, a system change, from in the benefit system. Because you had to go apply for benefits in all these different places, or whatever it was, right? And now it's all in one place, right? Well, it's gonna get another upgrade, right? And there's gonna be stipulations, hoops to jump through. As you already got to jump through certain hoops already. They want to know your bank details and all this business, right? Like you're gonna have to jump through hoops in order to get these benefits and whatever, right? So the fact that they bringing together, the fact they get the place where they can check where your ID is, your ID documents, your passports, and your max status, they're all going to be used at some point, Otherwise you don't have access to it. I said, when the system crashes, man, you're going to be into a new system. So the new system is going to require certain things, man. And then that's just the way everything else has been pushing. They want to know more about it. They want to get intimate with you, man. Right? And this is where this whole MOTB thing comes in, the mark, right? Because that is the most intimate of that's like you want to get inside you, man. That's the highest degree of being intimate with you, man. He wants to know everything, right? So he's gonna put a mark upon you. Okay, he's gonna give you the MOTB, right? This is where it all comes together, right? This is just groundwork. Like what you read, like what you see here, just groundwork. Everything just being set up around you. The snare, the traps being laid. And like I said, these people are simple. Okay, that make these fact quotes and they have no vision. They got no vision, man. They don't understand what's going on around them. They don't see the snare. They don't see the trap. Right? So whereas things might be, let's say, technically not true or whatever at this point in time, it doesn't mean they ain't overall true or going to be true or But anyway, so that's that, man. I want to grab some scripture, man. But yeah, they're bringing everything together, man. They're bringing everything together. And like I said, it's happening in all different parts of the world, man. This whole collapse it's happening, but it's about to just, drop through the floor, man. And they're gonna come, in with these ideas, with these functions, these solutions to these problems, right? And that's gonna replace what we currently have now. This is Revelations 13 and 16, and he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, right? So we know this is what's going to happen. This is where this is all going to lead to, right? You're going to be given that MOTB, okay, which is RFID, right? Micro, right? CHIP, right? All of that, right? That's what they're going to give you. That's what they're going to base the new system around. Okay, that's what they're going to be using to hook you up, right? To have you integrated into that system, right? And it's going to be doing all of this stuff that we're talking about, because the MOTB, the RFID or the NFC, they can do all this stuff. It's integration, man. It has many functions. It can deal with many functions, right? All in one place, all on your body or in your body, right? That's what they want, okay? And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, right? So this thing is gonna enable you or prevent you if you don't have it, whether you can buy or sell or not, whether you have access to things or not, whether you can go certain places or not. You know, just like that that social credit system in China, which they mention that here, or the fact checkers they mention it here. You know, saying that there's no such thing that's been set up in the Ukraine. Well, fine. So what if there's not one now? Doesn't mean it won't be. Right? But they mention it, right? What did they mention? Oh, yeah. In 2014, China began planning a social credit system to be implemented by 2020. Several reports state that 2020 deadline was missed. It has been reported that a good rating could see rewards like priority healthcare, right? These would be the stipulation. This is what you're going to get measured by. This is like a full episode, something straight out of Black Mirror that you saw, like, because they already know what the deal is, right? So a good rating could see rewards like priority healthcare, but a bad rating could lead to sanctions such as restrictions on loans and travel and education, right? So that's gonna play a part in all of this, man. Whether you can buy, whether you can sell, whether you can go, whether you can't go, you know, what you can and can't do, essentially, man. Okay, but it's gonna be unavoidable because hey, you always tracked and monitored, man. Right? Whether or not you have access to those benefits, those payments, and whatever, those rations and you know, them food rations and whatever, you're gonna get, you know, controlled, right? So that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the number of the beast, sorry, the name of the beast or the number of his name. Right? You will be down with the new system. All right. In Psalms 38 verse 12 says, they also that seek my life lay snares for me. They that seek my hurt speak mischievous things and imagine deceits all the day long. Right? This is Psalm of David, right? But our enemies, you know, these Edomites, okay, beginning with the elite, right? They seek to ensnare the people. They seek to do them harm, right? And they're going to tell you lies. Of course, they're the devil, right? They're Edomites, right? They're going to tell you lies, right? They're going to tell you, oh, it's you know, it's going to help you, it's for you good. No, there's nothing nefarious about this, and you know, oh no, we ain't trying to do that, and all this stuff, right? But the devil is not a man of his word, right? It means they'll go back on what they said, which they have done continuously throughout history, right? So there should be no surprise there, right? So there's no way I'm gonna sit here and believe any of these damn devils, and especially guys that don't even know what the fuck's going on, right? When they say, "Oh, there's nothing to see here," now fuck off. You don't know shit, right? You don't know who you're dealing with, man. You don't know how the world works, man. You're still an infant in this world, right? But yeah, you know, these devils, man, they will turn you when it's time, and they'll have you, you know, fall into the snare that they've created. All right. Psalm 64 verse 5 says here, it says, they encourage themselves in an evil matter, they commune of laying snares privily. Right? So they ain't gonna tell you, oh yeah, we're using this to enslave the people. They're not gonna say none of that. What the hell would they, man? How they supposed to pull their plan off, man, if you already know what's gonna go on? You know? It says they encourage themselves in an evil matter, they commune of laying snares privily, they say, who shall see it? Okay, you're not meant to see. You're not meant to see the trap. Right? Even though they throw it in your face sometimes, man. They're banking on your ignorance, man, because for you people, man, that's too far, it's too gone, man. too crazy that these men would even think of an idea like that. Like I said, you don't understand what you're dealing with and who you're dealing with. So they search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep. All right. So, like I said, man, they're plotting and scheming, man. You ain't on the thinking level, man. Okay, you're not on the thinking level. Your elites are the thinkers, man. You're just the doers. Okay, you're not here to think, right? You're not intelligent enough to think, right? To understand that the evil genius scheme that the man I got running. Yeah, you're on the level. Because if you was on the level, you'd be, grafted in. But you're not on the level. Fucking fact checkers. What the fuck do they know? They know what they're told. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got spiritual eyes. They don't see what the hell's going on. They can only pick from information that's out there. But what about the information that's not out there? What about the things that they don't say? Because really, these scriptures, man, they dive into the minds of these people, man. They know all the secrets. The scriptures know all the secrets. It's not about what they say. It's about what they're not saying. It's about what they're thinking, what they're planning. When that they don't, that the public are not privy to. But you don't know none of that stuff. So who are you to know what the truth is? In Psalms chapter 10, verse 1, it says, "Why standest thou afar off, O Lord? Why hidest thou thyself in times of trouble? The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined." Right. So like I said, they're out here trying to, ensnare the people, but they're gonna get caught up in their own madness. This is verse 3, "For the wicked boasts of his heart's desire." Right, and you've had plenty of these millionaires and billionaires and these politicians and that kind of stuff come out with certain things, man, letting you know, but you ain't paying attention, man. The majority you ain't paying no attention. Like I said, you have Klaus Schwab. It's lucky, man. You had that dude come out and say what he said, and that that a great reset is happening, and they've always been talking about this. The NWO, the Great Reset, that's all the same shit, different brand, but it's always been the same agenda from way back when. Right? It's just the next stage now. It's the next stage and the next stage. Okay, and we're at this stage now. We're at this stage in the game. Okay, he's getting ready to introduce that MOTB. He's laying down the groundworks for it. Okay, the infrastructure is being set. It's being built all around you, man, and you don't understand or can't accept that this is nothing but a cage. Electrified cage. But like I said, they'll say things, man. They boast in your face sometimes, man, and you don't even understand. All right, it says, "The wicked through the pride of his countenance will not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not in all his thoughts," right? Because they've got no regard for him. "His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them, man. He's super proud against them. What you gonna do about it? You ain't gonna do shit." So he have said in his heart, "I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity." His mouth is full of cursing and deceit. His mouth is full of deceit. So how can you trust these devils, man? How can you trust your leaders and these puppets out here? All right, it says and fraud, right? Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages, in the secret places he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor. He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net, right? And he croucheth and humbleth himself, that the poor may fall by his strong ones, right? To be deceived, right? But he's acting like he's the good guy. He's trying to help everybody. Oh yeah, we're gonna give these people payments because they're war's going on there and they lost their jobs. You know, that's what the guy was saying. Basically, that's why you're giving these payments, because they lost the jobs during the warfare of Ukraine and Russia. That's what they said. Oh, so it sounds like, oh, he's trying to be helpful. You know, you want to help. You want to help people. Well, of course, that's how they're gonna come. Gonna come all humble, right? Until it's time to pounce. Okay, to drag you up in that net that they set. All right. And then, yeah, that was it on that, right? So yeah, man, you know, like I said, everything's being brought together, man. Everything's coming along nicely. You know, the elites, you know, the Most High moving the elites to do what they need to do, um, you know, to get this thing cracking, man. You know, and all these, you know, separate things that are going on is all you know, coming together, right? And unless you're privy to the agenda, you won't see that this is all just one big trap that they're setting, and to deny it, right, is you've really been ignorant, right? And you're gonna pick out nuances in certain man's speeches, and you know, but you know, like I said, what this guy claimed, maybe it wasn't 100% true, maybe not, right? But the way these people talk is if, you know, that's something that couldn't happen. Or that's something you can't, you know, they can't foresee, you know, like, so they, you know, they try and shoot it down, but just for the fact, because it ain't actually happening at this moment in time. Well, guess what, you know, come back 2 months and see if you can say the same thing. You know, we'll see, in it, you know, things may be very different in 2 months. You know, who fact checks the fact checkers? Do they correct their facts after they're wrong? And if they were wrong, then how are they facts? You know, because, you know, this can't be considered 100% truth either side. But through the scriptures, man, you can filter all of this, man, and know what the truth is. You know, and that's what you got to do in this truth. You got to filter things through the scriptures. You know, things that are likely and probable. All right. But you know, with that, I hope it's edifying, and I'll catch you brothers and sisters on the next one. All right. Until then, I say shalom.